Back at it, no crack at it. Back at it, no crack at it. I'm in the attic. It's gonna be a little bit of a different episode. This one's more like a real talk, real spiel. So I'm pretty sure, obviously in the next couple of years, there's gonna be a bunch of push for this. There's gonna be a bunch of dudes knocking on your door saying, I got this system, I got this system, I got this system for you, right? And as somebody who's been in the field for 10 years, specifically supervision and operation, multiple fields, demolition, low-rise residential, high-rise residential, project coordination, I understand the true ins and outs, right? And I understand how this businesses work, and I understand how you guys are, right? I understand how you guys are. And I'm sure the go-to thing would be, oh, I already have somebody that answers the phone. Like, I'm sure you do. But you only pay them in a certain time slot. Who's answering the phone after that? Oh, we don't do that. Oh, exactly. And that's why you're leaving money out. Oh, but then I have to hire somebody else. Have somebody on call. Do you want to scale your business? Do you want to get bigger? I'm sure you got some loyal, very loyal employees that are willing to take a couple more hours for a couple more bucks if it's means doing the betterment of everybody, right? More work for everybody, more money for everybody. Another thing, something you may hear or you might want to use. My customers are old school. People want to call the phone, they don't want to talk to an AI. Realistically, you can't tell that it's an AI, and realistically, people just want to be heard. They don't care who or what, right? When you have a voicemail or just a no answer at all, how do you think people feel that way, right? Even if they've been shopping with you, been working with you, maybe they want to go somewhere else now. So you got to understand the psychology of this. You got to understand the psychology of your customer base. And you simply got to understand the psychology of business scalability, right? You got to make changes sometimes. You got to do some things outside the norm. It's not just throw money at everything. Sometimes you just got to switch it up. Can't afford it. Okay. You're already paying people to do things that you probably can't afford. Because why? How productive are they really, right? If somebody's job is mostly doing this, but then they actually need to do that, but that occupies their 8-hour shift, then what are we doing here, right? So you make that person more valuable in somewhere that will build and scale your business, and something as mundane as taking a call, taking a message, relaying urgency, and data input can be all automated for 10% of what it would cost for you to hire somebody else, right? Or have your head person delegated to that when they could be doing something else that would bring you more money, right? I'm pretty sure you can find uses for your best person or your head office person or your office people currently, right? I don't trust it to represent my business. That's probably gonna be something, right? What if somebody does a poor job? What if somebody does a bad job? What if somebody has a shitty system? That's true. That could definitely happen. But then that's why you gotta make sure you know who you're shopping with, right? You gotta make sure you know somebody, or I should say, you gotta make sure that person is not somebody who is just a tech bro, or somebody who just seen a YouTube video and learned how to do a couple prompts and then now they got a shoddy system, right? My thing has been honed, this has been trained, this has been worked on for over a year, well over a year. And it's something that me as a person who was in this field, when I was in project coordination, oh man, if I had something like this, how easy this would be. How easy, you just leave that thing on all day. If I was the office person, I just leave that thing all day on call forward. You just sit there, collect, go, oh yeah, okay, cool, oh yeah, okay, cool. Realistically, right? And then you gotta make it look like you're working, really. But the whole fact that it's simplicity, right? The person who needs to work with the interface, it's simple, almost like working on an iPhone. Simplicity is key. It's not complex. It is completely capable, productive, and revolutionary. That's what that is. And you gotta understand, these systems work. Like, this is not something that just came out yesterday. These systems have been in place. They have been honed. They've been refined. They've been tested. This is something that's going to be everywhere. This is just an early adoption, right? Are you willing to early adopt? Are you willing to come in when the price is cheap? It's like a stock, because this stuff's not going to be cheap forever, right? Pretty soon it's going to cost the same as a human salary. But right now it doesn't. Not even close. Performs better. They pay certain positions for sure. Oh, I'm too busy. Hey, that's why you need somebody like me, right? Systems implementation. You don't have to be the expert in AI. You can hire somebody like me to be the expert for you. I'm more than happy to educate you in certain aspects. You know, we can form a relationship and whatnot. And of course, I'll show you how to work this thing. It's cool. Why not? But yeah, I understand it's a bit weird, especially tradespeople, construction people. It's AI. But you can't think of it as it's AI. It's about, how can I use this tool to make me more money? What systems can I automate? What systems can I change? And these systems are here, and they're here to stay. So if you want to learn more, either go to my website or go to my catalog. I tell you my whole story, my backstory. I'll show you my expertise. I'll show you a little bit of a demo of what I got. If you want to know more, get in touch. And that's it. It's a little short one for you guys, but I can hear the other side. I'm not just a salesman. I'm not just trying to push my product. I'm trying to point out a real problem in this industry, a real problem. You guys, you don't want to pay people to do certain jobs. I get it, because it's maybe not be worth it. But then you can't just leave that money on the table because you're not doing the math properly. You got to do the math. I know you guys like measurements and stuff, but there's different math out there that you should really crunch those numbers and really understand. And again, the greatest benefit here is the potential for scalability. You can now operate as a 24/7 service. That alone is the greatest value there, right? You can start scaling your business. Scalability. If you can figure out how to make it run completely automated for yourself, there you go. Now you just eliminated a salary, which is I do not recommend, but maybe you can promote that person to a different position. Keep them within your company. I'm sure that would be the best idea, because if you're just gonna rely on the system, that means you're the one who's gonna be having to obviously go on the dashboard and do the stuff. Like, there's still work to be done, right? It's like an intermediary entry-level person, like a office assistant, right? Just another program you guys got. Excel, MS Word, PDF, no Epstein. All right, so that was a quick one. And that's it, boys.